Hi, my name is Lisa, and welcome to Lisa Mack's page, Living with Autism. Please subscribe, like, and share this page, this platform. We will be discussing my life living with autism with my son. My son has autism, so we've been living with this for the last 26 years. So we are basically going to be talking about the last 26 years of living with autism. So please share the video today. So today's topic, I'll be talking about the parents. Myself as a parent with a child with a young man with autism. Now, it's not a very easy task to live with someone with autism or any type of disability. It's a process of learning who your child is with autism. Children with autism are very peculiar. To me, they are. They had different sensories: hearing, touch, smell. There's different sensories. They have meltdowns, and the thing about the meltdowns is each child is different. But I know with my son, when he had a meltdown or got upset, there was no consoling him. Whatever he was going through, I had to just let him get it all out, or whatever. Like you could do your regular children, you could hug them and let them know it's going to be okay. But with Anthony, I couldn't do that. I couldn't hug him, or if I did try to hug him, he would pull away. Things of that nature. But it's very hard to you want to be there for your child, but when they going through their little meltdown, but sometimes you just have to just let them get it out, and then maybe after they finish, you can kind of figure out what happened, what triggered it off, or what have you. It could be so exhausting, going through the meltdowns and stuff, because you don't know how long it's going to last. You just sitting there, just keep an eye on them, for they won't hurt themselves or anybody else. But you learn, you'll learn it as time go by. You will know their that button that that triggers them off. You will know that. Like Anthony, he did not like loud noises at all. Fire trucks, anything that was loud, he was just very uncomfortable with that. But other than that, with the food, he wasn't too picky, because we try to introduce him to a lot of different food. So the food wasn't no issue with the food. Only thing that he loves, ketchup. Oh, ketchup goes on everything. Chicken, fish, I don't care. French fries, hamburger, hot dog. Ketchup, ketchup, ketchup. It must be ketchup in the house at all times. You gotta make sure you get 2 bottles, big bottles. That way you won't be running out of ketchup, because he loves ketchup. He loves orange juice. So you make sure you had that. Apple juice, he loves pears and peaches. So as the time go by, you will know what your child likes and dislikes. So the eating wasn't bad. Touching, I mean, he will kind of tap it to see what it is or whatever. Other than that, I was fine in that area. But other than that, his sensory is everything else was okay. But like some children, I remember with me working with students, that also had autism. I had one student that did not like to get his feet wet at all. Also, one of my other students didn't like dogs. Didn't want to look at him. You better not show him no picture of it. You better not say the word dog. Didn't like that. There was also another student that had to have something in his or her hand at all times. I don't care what it was. It's just they had to be holding on to something. So, like I said, with you going through this with your child, you would know what he or she likes and dislikes. But as a parent, it's so hard. Sometimes you feel like you're by yourself. You're fighting this war by yourself. But, you have to make sure you have a good support group, being your family, your friends, the teachers at the school, or what have you. Just get, not a whole lot of people, but, people that is going to be there for you while you going through the stages of your child going through autism. My thing is, when Anthony will go through his meltdowns, I would love to have consoled him, to hug him, and to let him know that everything is going to be okay. But he wouldn't let me touch him. He would just, cry or just be very upset, or take his head and headbutt things. It was a mess, but, that's something that he had to go through, and it's something that I had to learn, what to do when he go through one of his little meltdowns. It's so hard as a parent to see your child go through something like this, and you want to give him a hug and stuff, but they won't let you. So that's why I say sometimes you just have to just sit back and just keep an eye on them. Just excuse me, make sure that they don't hurt themselves or hurt anybody else around them, or try to break up stuff in your house, because it could get that bad sometimes. But not in my case. He didn't excuse me, break up nothing in the house or nothing like that, but he would headbutt things, so. But after a while, he grew up out of all that. Now, if he get upset, he'll kind of grab your arm and just give you a nice little squeeze. But I squeeze his arm back to let him know that you can't do that. So there is ways to let your child know that that's okay to do and that's not okay to do. But all I could do is just tell you, as your child is going through this, you go through it too, and like I said, it's hard as a parent to go through stuff like this. You hate to see your child go through things like this, but I feel like you have to go into their world. My son, he rocks back and forth sometimes, or he make a humming noise, and sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll rock back and forth with him, because I want to know what's going on in his world, or I hum along with him, when he humming or making noise. But the thing about it, Anthony likes to do his thing, but he don't like when you start, mimicking him. When I rock back and forth or I make noise and stuff with him, he don't like that. That was him. He knew that was only him that do that. You're not supposed to do that. So, sometimes you could, that's why I said you just have to, you got to go into their world and kind of figure out, and when we go out, I have to also let him know when, you could use your inside voices, or we can't be loud. It's hard to teach him that because they don't know. Some of them don't know. I'm not gonna say all of them, but some of them don't know. Then you got people staring at you and stuff like that. Now I'd be like, what is you looking at? Don't be looking at my son. And I say he act more better than what y'all regular kids be acting acting up and stuff. So don't do that. We're not gonna do that. But people got a habit of staring, especially like when we go to a restaurant, sometimes he'll make a little noise and, whatever, and they be staring and stuff. And God, please don't stare at him, because his siblings, they be ready to snap somebody's neck off. You better not look at their brother, strange, like you never seen somebody make no noise before. So, but like I say, it's all a process. Like I said, you got to get into their world, know their likes and their dislikes, they sensories, or learn what triggers them off, and and things like that. So if you find something that they like, try to keep it in the house, either food or a book, or a toy, or something of that nature. Keep it in the house, that way they can have access of it at all times. Excuse me. They sometimes I would let Anthony take little certain toys that he liked to have at home. I would let him take one to school. But then I was taught that, well, since he liked this toy, he has to do his work. And once he do his work, then he could have his toy. So I also had to do that at home as well, when it was time to teach him that you have to clean up after yourself and things of that nature. So I said, well, once you do this, then you can have your toy. And it worked. It took a while for him to process it, but it works. And that's why you have to stay consistent of the things that, like I said, that the children learn in school. The teachers give you tools to bring for you to also do it at home as well, and they will learn quickly, what they can and what they cannot do. So that's, as a parent, just to stay mindful of your child's sensories, or stay tuned on what they like and what they don't like. Just give it time. It's not going to happen overnight. Just give it time, and everything will kind of fall in place. What with you teaching him or her, the process of going through certain things. So that's my comment for today. Hope you return. I hope to be coming back to you shortly. Bye-bye.